I posted a video about guys not knowing what they want in their 30s, and let me tell you, the comments have me, like, shook. The amount of men saying that they don't want to get married because they don't want to have to take care of a woman is, like, absolutely mind-blowing to me. Like, love is dead. It's dead.
For anyone that has listened to men in the last decade, this should not be surprising. Because let's face it, ladies, men are no longer to expect anything from a woman in marriage. Because when they talk about expectations, especially on social media, they get put through the ringer. And that has leaked into the real world. Like, men have a lot to lose when it comes to relationships, especially marriage. They are expected to give without requiring or wanting or asking for anything in return. A lot of men that have experienced that feeling in a real life relationship that he's been through, he has decided to remain single rather than put himself through that again. And honestly, what he sees on social media just reinforces that. It's really only until he finds a good woman in real life, he finds that unicorn, that will ever be broken down. And that does happen occasionally. But for the rest of the guys, they would rather be single.
Men don't marry the love of their life. They marry the girl that's around when they're ready to settle down. That's the truth. So it doesn't matter how much you remind them of their mother. It doesn't matter how much you cook for them or the fact that you wipe their butthole when they shit themselves in the bed. It doesn't matter what you do for them. They will appreciate it, but they will take it for granted if they're not ready for something. He will never see you in that light. Men have to decide on their own that they're looking for something. And then when they decide that they're finally ready, whoever is standing in front of them, that is going to be the person they will most likely end up with.
Yeah, we're getting married.
Don't. What kind of question you got?
I was gonna ask his age, but what's your zodiac sign?
Don't lie.
Sagittarius.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I hate that sign question. Cause like, what is it really making them pop the balloon for?
Superstitions, hormones, whatever. Bottom line is, marriage and dating, not just in the West anymore, have become a complete disaster. One that leaves plenty of men wrecked mentally and financially, with no real recovery. By the time this segment's over, you'll see exactly what I mean. And if you already know it, then take this as confirmation you're on the right path.
For kids. You know, I would do it strictly for kids, because other than that, it's really stupid to get married. And then I would go and get married in a country where I wouldn't necessarily get punished if, you know, a divorce were to happen. Because we tell guys all the time that marriage isn't really a good institution in the United States anymore, because it's kind of set up for guys to fail. Because if a woman does divorce you, she has way too much to gain and you have everything to lose. So it's a high stakes game. So I would probably go to the Middle East.
This is why men in the West are walking away from marriage. The system is rigged against them. Women cash out. Men get gutted. It's not love anymore. It's a contract designed to punish men for taking the risk. No wonder guys see marriage as a trap. The crisis isn't commitment issues, it's self-preservation.
Do you believe in marriage in the 21st century?
Not really, because men doesn't want to get married these days.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Argentina.
Do you think this is mainly because of a cultural thing, or is it mainly in Argentina, or do you think all over?
The men I met in Argentina, they don't want to commit.
If they don't want to commit, what do you think they are after?
Be with a lot of women and have fun until they are really old, and then
they think about it.
They think about it, yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's Argentina, the US, or anywhere else. Men everywhere are done with women's entitlement. The game is the same. Commit and get drained, or walk away and enjoy life on your own terms. Most guys would rather have fun, handle their needs elsewhere, and keep their freedom than get shackled to someone who thinks they're owed commitment.
This is all women's fault. Women did this. We were perfectly prepared with the societal setup until women said they didn't want to listen to us. They wanted to be sexually liberated. They wanted to run around and sleep with whoever they wanted. They didn't want to listen to their fathers. They didn't want to listen to their husbands. And they want to be out there doing whatever. And then they want to flip and reverse it because they don't want responsibility. The average woman on the street, if you ask her what she wants to do, she says, I want to go to school and I want to go to college and I want to have fun and I want to explore and I want to travel the world and I don't want to listen to a man and I want to go all around the world world. I want to go backpacking and I want to go to Dubai and I want to go on a boat. And then when that's all done, maybe when I'm 35, then I want to meet a nice man. Then I want to settle down. When men hear this, we're saying, okay, so you want to run around and sleep with everybody. You want to be a slut. And then you want some dude to pick up and pay the bill at the end. No, I don't want to do that. Any man who's optimized for competence refuses to do that. Now, if I, right now, in a hypothetical, because I don't talk about my personal life very much because I have enough enemies. If I went out there and met a virgin, 23-year-old religious woman who's never been with a man, who's going to obey everything I say and trust me to guide and lead her, would I marry her? Yeah, of course. It's not about being anti-marriage. What I am is anti the choice of wives that exist in the world today. If I'm going to go to Miami and meet a girl and be like, oh, she's my girlfriend now, and people say, so when you getting married, you've been together a while, I'm going to say fucking never, because I don't know what she was doing before I met her. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be that guy.
This is the ugly truth men won't sugarcoat anymore. Women destroyed the deal themselves. They traded loyalty, modesty, and family values for partying, finding themselves, and racking up body counts. Then expect a clean slate at 35 with a man ready to pay the bill. No man with self-respect wants to sign up for that baggage. Marriage isn't dead because men hate commitment. It's dead because modern women killed the value of being wives. Men aren't stupid, they're just walking away.
People used to date for marriage. That was the point of dating, to get married and start a family.
But also marriage wasn't always a positive thing. Marriage used to be like a man owned his wife in a lot of ways. There was more domestic violence when it was.
Erroneous! Also, there's less benefits to marriage nowadays, too.
Marriage is the best possible thing for women. It is. It truly is. Women do better financially. Men do better financially as well when they're married. It makes way more sense for people to be married, for your children. I mean, for men especially, if you grow up with a single mother, the rates of you being incarcerated, not graduating school, drugs, and all this stuff is sky high. And so, marriage is the best thing that's happened for both of the sexes.
And the second women got feminism, what did they do? They didn't build stronger marriages. They didn't protect family values. They started sleeping with anyone and everyone. They traded commitment for liberation, and now act shocked that men want no part in it. Marriage works when both sides honor it, but modern women blew it up chasing freedom over responsibility. Now men see through it and walk away.
Why are you putting this in your dating profile? My girlfriend just messaged me a screenshot of some guy that she's really interested in. His profile shows in the seeking area, it says, looking for short-term relationship. She asked me, I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I don't know, should I bother messaging him? To which I said, absolutely not. He sounds super annoying if he's literally going to go to the lengths of downloading an app, creating a dating profile, making sure that all of that looks prepped and proper, only to then publicly shout out to the world like a little virtue signaler, I actually don't want to be with anybody and I actually just really want to be alone and I'm wasting your time on here. I'm sorry, but seriously, anybody who has a dating app with looking for a short-term relationship, why are you wasting your time? Why? What's the point of that?
We know this is foreign to women, but it's called honesty. No woman on a dating app is worth a long-term relationship. Dating apps are for short-term hookups only. His profile was honest. Your friends weren't.
Unfortunately, it's really sad what diamond companies are having to do to combat the decline in marriage rates and frankly, the decline in romance everywhere in this country. Diamond companies are really wrestling as to how to sell diamonds, especially after COVID. No one's meeting each other. The amount of engagements are dropping and they're only going to continue to decline. And especially now after the 2-year gap in people having met each other. I mean, 2 years you could say is a pretty realistic time span before someone would get engaged. So now there's just a humongous lapse of engagement and marriages in the country. And they're really trying to figure out how to kickstart the diamond industry.
The marriage rate might be down, but the divorce rates have never been higher. Maybe they can start selling divorce diamonds. The whole industry was built on the idea that men would propose, women would accept, and families would form. But that pipeline is shattered. Nobody's buying rings because nobody's buying the dream anymore.
I was with my best friend from 19 to 26 years old. That dude was my everything, okay? This is the story that he would tell everybody when they would ask what kind of person I am. We've been together for like 2.5 years at this point, maybe 2 years, and he had gotten signed to Universal Music, an amazing producer, artist, fantastic. And he was living in Vegas, and I showed up at his place in Vegas for the first time since he had moved there. And this man was sleeping on a blow-up mattress. And I was like, there was no way that the man that I love is going to sleep on a blow-up mattress. I had no job at this point. I had just moved to the U.S., was getting my green card. I couldn't work. With the little money that I did have, I went and I bought him a mattress and put it in the back of my Passat, okay? And then proceeded to carry that mattress up 3 flights of stairs at like 9 o'clock in the morning in the scorching Vegas heat. Walk in there, I'm like panting, sweating, dying, because that's what you do when you love somebody. That's the kind of person that I am in a relationship. I will give 100% of myself and the last bit of energy that I have because I love you. That is what a woman does. Yeah, we can talk about how I cooked and cleaned for him and helped him with his business and helped him become a millionaire, and now he lives in a nice penthouse apartment in Vancouver. I don't need to talk about that because I know what kind of woman I am when I show up in a relationship. You want to know I ruined that relationship? We were long distance for a period of time. I went during the pandemic and I was staying with him in Vancouver, and something changed. And you want to know what changed? He started watching podcasts like Fresh and Fit. He started listening to content about MGTOW, and that man changed. And I would sit across from him and not understand the person that I was seeing. I felt like I was waking up to somebody that I did not know. I am qualified to talk about this. I am qualified to understand the repercussions that red pill content have on men, because the person that I wanted to spend my life with, the person I was in love with, the person I wanted to marry changed overnight because of the content like that. And I see now the men who do watch that content. I hear the things that they say because I would listen to it. I actually started consuming that content because I wanted to understand what happened. To all the men who asked me that question.
How many relationships have been wrecked by a woman's circle, family, friends, or that bestie in her ear? Why shed tears now? Men think for themselves, and something about her clearly didn't add up for him to switch up. She's obviously leaving big pieces of the story out.
So you want to get married today and he doesn't?
Yeah.
You spent over $1,000 on Legos for him?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If marriage is your goal, you have to sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, that's my love language, is like giving. And it's really problematic.
How does that make you feel?
It's rough. Because I feel like I do a lot.
Are you sure he actually wants to?
Yeah, we've been together for 3 years.
Well, he's not willing to just go to the courthouse and have a ceremony in 2 years?
I want to say I'm sure.
Is it your finances? Because I've talked to a lot of couples where it's like they're not willing to get married because one is financially.
If he didn't know much about finances, honestly, to begin with. So I don't think he really understands the extent of how bad it is right now for me.
Can I call him in the post show and tell him how bad it is?
Yeah, if you want. I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
I do want to. We'll do that in the post show.
$1,000 in Legos. So basically she bought 2 sets. Well, men have checked out, and women need to understand that before committing.
No, most women are not going to have a happy ending. Feminism has lied to women, and there is an entire generation of women coping with the fact that most will be alone in the next 50 years. Yes. And the issue you get is all of these influencer women will come out saying they're so happy single. Most women are living paycheck to paycheck. They make about $35,000 a year, and a large majority are in debt. Women have so much debt. So what is going to happen to them in their old age? Women make poor decisions and keep expecting men to bail them out. But one day, men are going to stop bailing them out, and we are going to see a huge rise in the number of homeless women. People might think I'm mean, but I am just not in the business of selling dreams. I won't do it. I refuse. Like, if I don't think something is likely, if I know that the chance a woman has is if unmarried by 35, actually, if a woman is single at 30, not in a relationship, she's actually more likely to not get married than to get married. So at 30, if she has a boyfriend, her odds are a little bit better. But if she doesn't have a boyfriend, because on average, it takes men 3 years to marry you. So that's something as women we have to take into account. Yes, on average, it's going to take 3 years to convince a guy to marry you. So I'm just not in the business of selling dreams. At 46, it's probably over.
I hope she has savings. And what I would do if I were her is I would figure out a financial plan on how to live the rest of my life alone. I would also look for a husband in the process and see what you can do. But I'm just not in the business of selling dreams. And I think that women are just sold a dream over and over again. God's timing. It'll happen. When really you have to put effort into making things happen.
Yeah, pretty much, marriage is just a retirement package for women, so hard pass. Cat sales about to skyrocket. Men might as well start putting money into cat litter stocks.
Men don't even want to get married anymore. Marriage seems like it would be the best deal for a dude. You could get someone to have sex with you for the rest of your life, someone to find your wallet every day, close the cabinets behind you, pick up your socks. Okay, it would be one thing if guys would take off their socks and leave them on the floor, but they'll pick them up and then put them by the bread. Why are your socks by the bread? Oh, they're not all the way dirty yet.
Marriage seems like it would be the best deal ever, said no man ever. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.